Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. So, there's some serious buzz swirling around the NFL right now, and it involves a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up not just the NFC North, but the entire landscape of the NFC playoff picture. Rumors are swirling that the New York Giants, currently sitting at 5-10 and in the midst of a rebuild, are open to trading their star defensive tackle, Dexter Lawrence, to the Green Bay Packers. Now, this isn't just some idle speculation. Sources suggest that the Giants are looking to move Lawrence in exchange for 2 second-round picks as part of a cap-focused rebuild. And let me tell you, if this deal goes through, it could be one of the most impactful trades in recent Packers history. Dexter Lawrence, drafted in 2019, has developed into a dominant force on the defensive interior. He's not just a run stopper, he's a game wrecker, capable of collapsing pockets and generating pressure from the middle. Over his career, he's accumulated around 300 tackles and 35 sacks, and he's been a consistent presence on the field. His Pro Football Focus grade has hovered around a solid 87.5, which is indicative of his high level of play. In 2025 alone, Lawrence has tallied 60 tackles and 9 sacks, along with 40 pressures, and maintains an almost elite PFF grade of 89.9. His ability to generate pressure is further highlighted by his EPA, expected points added, per rush of -0.28, which is impressive, meaning he effectively disrupts plays and hampers opposing offenses. What makes Lawrence such an intriguing target for the Packers is his consistency and the fact that he's been injury-free, which is a huge plus considering the importance of interior pass rushers in today's NFL. His stats put him in the top tier of defensive tackles, especially when you look at his 45 hurries and a double-team win rate of 12.5%. When you compare that to other interior defenders, Lawrence's ability to win against double teams and get to the quarterback is outstanding, and it's exactly what the Packers need. With 28 sacks from the entire defensive line this season, adding a player like Lawrence could elevate that to a whole new level. Now let's talk about the Giants' side of things. They're carrying a cap hit of around $14 million for Lawrence, and their offense is struggling to score points, averaging just 19 per game. Their priorities are clearly on rebuilding the offensive line and finding a reliable quarterback, which is why a move for cap relief makes sense. Trading Lawrence could free up around $21 million in cap space, giving them more flexibility to target draft picks and young talent. But there's skepticism around whether this makes sense for the Giants, considering their defense has already seen some regression. They've recorded 10 fewer sacks and overall pressure numbers have dipped. Plus, with Aaron Donald's potential retirement, the Rams' pass rush pressure will weaken in 2025, so the Giants might want to hold onto their defensive stars to keep their front intact. For the Packers, this potential acquisition could be a game changer. They're sitting at 10-5, fighting for playoff positioning, and their defensive line has been solid but not spectacular. They've accumulated 28 sacks this season, and adding Lawrence could push that number significantly higher, especially considering his projections of around 10 more sacks if he comes to Green Bay. Imagine what that would do to the Packers' defense, a truly disruptive interior presence that not only pressures the quarterback, but also stuffs the run and reduces big plays against them. The improvement wouldn't just be marginal. It could be a real step toward turning the Packers into a trench-dominant team, something they've lacked consistently in recent years. And the impact on the overall team performance could be profound. The Packers' defense, which already has a pretty balanced approach, could become even more formidable. Their run defense could improve by around 20%, and the overall points allowed per game could drop from 22 to closer to 18. That's a massive difference in a league where points are king. Plus, with Lawrence's ability to generate pressure and win against double teams, the Packers could see a boost in their third down stops, which are crucial in tight games. This kind of interior disruption might be exactly what they need to push further into the playoffs and make a real run for the Super Bowl. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the odds for the Green Bay Packers to contend for the Super Bowl could see a significant shift. Currently, their odds are around plus 800, but if they land Lawrence, those odds could shorten to around plus 400, reflecting a major boost in their championship prospects. He's not just a good player, he's an X-factor, especially in the playoffs, where interior pressure can make all the difference. His presence could elevate the Packers' defense to a top 3 unit in the league, and that's exactly what they need to challenge the NFC giants like the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys. From a strategic standpoint, Green Bay's front office seems to be eyeing a playoff push that could turn into a deep run. Acquiring Lawrence aligns perfectly with their goal of building a trench wall that opposing offenses will struggle to penetrate. Imagine a defensive line anchored by Clark and Lawrence, creating double the trouble for quarterbacks and forcing them into quick, inaccurate throws. That, combined with the Packers' already potent offense led by Jordan Love, could be the recipe for a championship-caliber team. It's all about balance, and adding a player of Lawrence's caliber would give them that extra edge that could propel them into the Super Bowl conversation. Of course, there are some risks involved. The Giants might be hesitant to part ways with Lawrence, especially considering how much he could still develop and how vital he is to their defense. The Packers would have to negotiate a fair trade, and the timing of this move during the offseason could be critical. But if the Packers can pull it off, it could set a new standard for their defense and redefine their championship window. It's about strategic moves, maximizing talent, and taking advantage of opportunities. And right now, the potential to land Dexter Lawrence might be the move that puts Green Bay over the top. Looking ahead, if this trade materializes, it could spark a domino effect across the NFC. Other teams might realize that the Packers are serious contenders and start to bolster their own trenches. For Green Bay, it's about seizing this moment, making a bold move, and showing the league that they're not just content to compete, they want to dominate. The NFC North might be within their reach again, and with a defensive centerpiece like Lawrence in the middle, they could be a nightmare for offenses for years to come. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Dexter Lawrence would be the perfect addition to help push the Packers into Super Bowl contention? Or do you believe they should focus on other areas of the roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This is a huge moment, and we're here to keep you informed every step of the way. Let's go, Pack.